Hey guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to Dine It Frugal, where we talk about all things money saving. On today's episode, we're going to be chatting about meal planning and how it can save you time, money, and your sanity. Okay, so what is meal planning? Meal planning is where you set yourself a plan or a schedule of all the things that you're going to eat during the week. Now, some people do it for all 3 meals during the day. Some people do it for just their dinners. I find it really useful for my dinners. I tend to stick to the same things for breakfast and lunch, and so does my partner. But dinners is the one where if I don't have a plan, I tend to go through the cupboards. We end up eating rubbish for dinner, and I find it really, really useful to have a plan. I keep that plan flexible, but having that plan makes my life so much easier, especially with working full time and having a busy schedule. Knowing exactly what I'm going to be cooking for dinner that night makes my life so much easier. I have all the ingredients prepared in advance. I know what I'm doing, so I can finish work at 5 o'clock or 5:30 or 6, whenever I'm planning to finish, and get straight into cooking dinner. So that's effectively what meal planning is. It's creating a plan for yourself so you know what you're going to be cooking or eating at each of your meals, or just your dinners, whatever works best for you. So what's the benefit of meal planning? Meal planning can really take the stress out of knowing what you're going to have for dinner every night. As I said before, if I didn't meal plan, I would just roam around the cupboards trying to find something to eat. I really wouldn't know what to shop for. So I find that when I have a schedule and I find myself recipes, good tasting recipes that I know that Matt and I are going to like, that we're going to eat, or recipes that we have in a recipe binder that I can go back to time and time again. I know exactly what I have to shop for. I know exactly what we're going to be eating, with some flexibility, of course, because life is life and life changes, so I don't want to be too structured, but at least I know that when I finish work, I can go ahead and cook the meal that I had intended to cook, have all the ingredients on hand, and I don't have to worry about that question, what's for dinner? It also helps to reduce the cost, or reduce going out to eat at a restaurant, getting takeout. When you're busy, like I am, I work a full-time job, I sometimes work extra hours, and the temptation is that after a busy day, when you don't really know what's for dinner or what you're going to be cooking for dinner, there's a real temptation to just say, let's get Uber Eats, let's get Menulog, let's go out to eat. Whereas it can really save you money by having that plan in place, that you know exactly what you're going to be cooking for dinner that night, or for whatever meal you're meal planning for. It helps you to save money. It means that you're saving money on eating out, and you're saving money on takeout if that's something that you do. It also helps you to plan your weekly shopping list. So I know that when I set my plan, I go through, I look for my recipes for each day of the week that I'll be cooking for dinner. I can go ahead and write down all the ingredients that I don't have on hand that I need to buy, and that also helps me save time, because I know what I need to buy. I'm not mindlessly roaming through the supermarket trying to figure out, well, what am I going to cook for dinner? What do I need? What do I have on hand? What do I don't? So I find, for me personally, that it saves me a lot of time each weeknight, but also when I'm at the supermarket, because I know exactly what I need to buy. It helps also to prevent food waste. So you know what you're going to be cooking, you know the ingredients that you have on hand, you know what you need to buy that you don't have on hand to make those recipes. And you know what you need to use up. So one of the biggest benefits that I've found, especially trying to build up a food storage and rotate my food storage, is being able to look through and see what is expiring and using up those ingredients. And also being able to cook multiple meals at the same time. So if I'm doing something like a spaghetti bolognese, I'll cook 3 times and freeze 3 times the amount and freeze the 2 extra, so then it's easier on another night when I just want to defrost some sauce, cook some pasta and throw that all together. It makes it really easy. It also helps you to ease stress and save your sanity. I mean, we're all busy. And the last thing, like I said before, that you want to be doing is stressing about what you're going to be cooking for dinner or stressing about what your family is going to eat. So I find that you always get that question, what's for dinner? I actually have my meal plan up on a board so everyone can see what is for dinner that night, and I don't have to worry about answering that question, what's for dinner? The menu is up there, everyone can see it, everyone knows what we're cooking for dinner that night, and I can sort of be rest assured that dinner is taken care of. It can allow you to eat a little bit healthier if you're choosing to cook healthier meals. I mean, what's healthy, but if you're, trying to load up your dinners and lunches with lots of fruits and vegetables, you can also plan for that as well, so that you know what you need to have on hand for each of those dinners in terms of your fresh fruit and groceries. So it can help you to eat a little bit healthier, and if it's reducing the amount of takeout that you're having, that's only a good thing. Now I guess we move on to how do I meal plan, or how do you meal plan? So I'm going to take you through what I do. Every Sunday is kind of my weekly reset. What I do is I sit down and I have a piece of paper that I write all the days of the week on, and what I do then is I go through my pantry and my freezer and my fridge, and I see, well, what do I have on hand? I have chicken breast, I have hot dogs, I have a bolognese sauce, I have a butter chicken meal kit. What do I have, what do I have on hand that I either need to use up or I need to rotate through my food storage? And then I have a book of recipes that I just write down the recipes that we really enjoy as a family that I can go back to over and over again, and I start to sort of see the ingredients that I have. Now I have a lot of ingredients that I keep on hand because I know that we go through them, I know that we eat them, and it's just something that I've learned over time as to what I should have on hand, what I should stock up on, and what we really don't go through, so I probably don't need as much of. And then I start to bring those two together. I also look online for recipes. So, if I've got a cauliflower head that needs to be used up, I might look online for cauliflower recipes and then see, okay, well, these are the ingredients that I have, and this is what I need to use up. So this recipe, I look at the reviews on the recipes as well to see what kind of reviews they have. But I do Google a lot of recipes as well for ingredients that I have to use up. And then some of those recipes that I've Googled have become family favorites as well, that I've written into my recipe book, and I rotate them every couple of weeks. So that's what I tend to do. And then what I do once I've done all of that and I've decided on, I've looked at what I've got on hand, I have chosen the recipes that I'm going to be making, and also the next thing is then looking at my schedule. Well, actually, that's probably the thing that I do first. I probably look at my schedule first to see, well, who's going to be out? Am I going to be out one night, or having dinner? Are we having dinner somewhere else? Like, I know one night a week we go to my parents for dinner, so I don't need to cook that night. Is Matt going out, on the weekend for dinner with friends? Am I going out on the weekend for dinner with friends? I look at the schedule where I don't have to meal plan, and then I can block those off. So that's probably something that I do first before the other two things. Lastly, I then start to create my shopping list. So I will go through the recipes, and based on what I need to buy, I will go ahead and write everything down. So I tend to shop around what I need for the recipes that I've decided that I'm making, and then I will also shop the sales shop sales, I will stockpile things like chicken breast and beef mince and things that are on sale that I can keep in my freezer, and then I can go through them as I need them, as opposed to going and saying, okay, I need chicken breast specifically for this meal, and then having to pay full price for that chicken breast because it's something that I've decided to cook. So I tend to bulk buy and stockpile things like meat, rice, pastas, anything that we choose to eat, so that I have those on hand all the time, and I'm really just filling in the gaps with fresh fruit and some vegetables or specific ingredients that I might be running out of when I go ahead and shop. So I wanted to quickly show you my meal plan. I'm not sure how well you can see that there. Mine, I just bought an old, well, I didn't buy an old one. I actually got this on sale at Woolworths for $2, I think. It's just a photo frame, and I've just decided to write on the glass or plexiglass that's on here the days of the week, and then the recipes that I'm going to be cooking, and then I have it over on my command station so that anyone can look at this board and they can see what we're cooking. So, you know, this week we have spaghetti bolognese, spinach and ricotta lasagna. We're at my parents for dinner on Tuesday nights. Then I have cranberry chicken, tuna pasta bake, Italian wedding soup, beef fajitas and hot dogs. So that's how I like to write it down so that everyone can see what we're making. I'm also, with that, really flexible. I will write things down and then I'll have my meal plan, and then if I decide that things need to get switched around because something's come up, I will go ahead and do that. So be flexible. It's not a plan that is set in stone. If you need to change things, or you need to move things around, or you need to change a recipe for whatever reason, give yourself the flexibility to do that. Because life is life, life happens, and you want to be flexible. You don't want to be stressed out that you have to stick to a meal plan and something's changed, and then you're stressing about a recipe that you can't make, or it's going to take you too long to make because, you know, something's come up that night and you need to go out, or you need to work late. So give yourself a little bit of flexibility. Thank you so much for staying until the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something about the way that I meal plan and can implement some of the things that we spoke about today in your own life to help you make meal times a little more stress-free. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Join the Dine It Frugal community by hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you in our next video. Have a good day, guys. Bye.